Don't need to host a melee game. That's better. It's going to be on Jay, the deciding set, who will come out for the ace match. Will it be Ziki, will it be someone else? Don't know which to expect, but here we go into the game right now. And spawning in the top right-hand corner as our brown Zerg, we have Ziki. And in the bottom left-hand corner, as our white Zerg from iFU, we have Eon Zerg. That's what I want. Alright, so we got ZVZ. Alright, this is a preview of what we might get. This is a possible finals, I think. Although I'm actually not sure which way is the bracket. I'm not sure who meets where. Either way, this is a matchup we could be seeing either this weekend or the weekend afterwards. We'll get a shape, get to see how their ZVZ is, and we'll have to see what builds they do pick. Got Overlord. No, it's Drone. Oh. Drone. Overlord. Overlord. This Overlord. What is he gonna make 9 pool? Okay, it's gonna be 9 pool. 9 pool for Ziki. And for Eon, Overpool. Looks. Well, we don't know for sure. We'll have to wait and see what happens after this Overlord Overpool goes down. Like right about now. Okay. It's gonna be a 12 hatch. Well, it could be 12 pool too. All right, it doesn't have to be 12 hatch, but it is gonna be a 9 pool something from Ziki, and from Eon Zerg. Okay, it's gonna be 12 pool. So this is a little better for the defense against this than, but still very, very threatening, and definitely a position from which Ziki can win from. The only downside is its cross position is a little bit longer rush distance, and the other thing we need to see is its speed over there, as there's quite a difference between those two builds. There, the pool is done, so we're just waiting on the 100 gas to know exactly what route Ziki wants to take. Of course, Eon is getting his gas in his pool, and we'll see him take his third here shortly. And the answer is 9 pool speed. So aggression from Ziki, Lings are going to be on the way. He doesn't yet know the location of Eon Zerg though, so he might buy him a little extra time if the Lings go to the wrong base first. And they probably will. It would make less sense to move cross map than it would to move straight down. Oh! Ziki is actually checking for the Overlord. Very nice. Checks for the Overlord, and now he's going to head cross map. Very smart play by Ziki there. Hope you guys noticed that. And I think he's going to come straight cross map. The Overlord not where he'd expect it to be. He's checked both paths. He knows from the location of his own Overlord where the Eon's Overlord should be approximately. And this will work out great for him. It's so weird that the mic is that sensitive. Like, right now it's really close to my face, like an inch away, and right now it's about 4 inches away. But apparently this makes a dramatic difference in volume. And here come the Lings from Ziki now running in. Yeah, I'll get a headset for next week. We'll get that taken care of. It shouldn't be that hard. Just didn't have a chance to this week. Quite busy and distracted. So here we go, a little bit of micro going on. Eon doing the correct thing, pulling a few drones with there as the DPS, and also makes it a little harder to get good surrounds on the Lings themselves. And there we go, beginning to pressure with hatch. This is how you do it. You just continue to attack the hatch, kind of pull your Lings back as needed. And obviously right now the Ling advantage will go to Ziki, and will continue to go to Ziki until this hatch is finished. And he can produce a 2 larvae. Ziki actually runs to the main with 2 Lings. That's going to be extremely annoying, especially if Ziki has the multitask to deal with it. He picks off a Ling for free from Eon. That's exactly what he wants to do right now. Any advantage he can get, needs to pull that one back, and he does do a good job. Gets that Ling back, and if we look in the main right now, the Lings are a little bit, Ziki, a little preoccupied with multitasking, and he gets a drone kill there, which is pretty nice. And it looks like he's trading decently favorably with the Lings of Eon. And if we look in the main, the Lings are actually behind the mineral line, not doing anything. It's a little too much to ask for, as the control at the front is very important. Ziki can't afford to focus on both, and probably not quite fast enough for that. I don't know if he got a drone kill. There are definitely... Oh, he may have. Wait, what is the kill with Lings? It's 2 kills, but I don't know if it's Lings or drones. I'm trying to see from the blood. I think it was just Lings. There didn't seem to be any drone blood, so it looks like so far Eon Zerg has just taken 1 Ling loss, which is quite good for him. And he's handling this very nicely. He's actually chased Ziki back to his own base. The Sunken Colony is going down, but it's not finished yet. He's going to form the arc at the back of the ramp. He has to defend right now. Needs to at least buy enough time for that Sunken to get up, and then he doesn't have to hold here at the bottom. Nina's saying she thinks there was drone blood. I saw 3 spots of blood, but I didn't see any of it. I thought they all looked like the Ling blood. So either way, 1 or 2 kills for Zeke. We'll take a look at the drone count here in a sec. I don't know why. Eon thinks he has enough to push through, but there's a Sunken. I don't know if it's worth trading this badly, which obviously is going to be a bad trade. You just can't possibly do it. We can see the Spire is on the way from Zeke. It is covered by this Sunken. And here we go. Eon Zerg trying to push down the ramp again, but this, I don't know, it seems a little bit wasteful, especially with the Sunken to fall back on. And it looks like that is what Zeke is going to do now. He's just going to go ahead and retreat to the Sunken. He does lose a Ling there for free, donating that one to Eon. The Spire is about to finish, so now comes stage 2 of Zeke's advantage. He is going to have faster tech as well. And if he can use that, Force Spores, do damage, whatever it takes, he can also get into control of game this way. Of course, Eon is going to have the advantage pretty soon of second gas, and he also has more larva to work with, which gives him a few more options. And Zeke actually feels like he's going to need to add a second creep colony here as he goes into meter production. And Eon Zerg going to run in here. We'll see how much he commits. Might just go for a bottom drone or two. Zeke's reaction is nice and quick. Immediately moves out of the way. And he's got the drones right on top of the links. There we go. Can't do any damage for Eon. And now the meter are out. Eon needs to run back, get out of here. He can go hide somewhere else on the map, but he cannot afford to stay, obviously, in the base with the Muta. Actually, he is engaging at the ramp here. I'm a little surprised by this, as there's lots of Muta. There's no way he's going to get favorable exchanges here, although he does have a little bit extra larva, but you don't want to waste it, obviously, and burn it. Zeke's just picking up these links. Eon Zerg has the speed. He can't get out of here, but he's lost almost all of them now, down to just 2. Zeke might get the last 2 as well, but is not really that willing to give chase. It's just 2 links. He's got a Sunken Colony. Not a threat whatsoever. This Overlord needs to get out of here. We can see 1 Sunken is already up for Eon. There's a Sunken in this head, but it does not defend the mineral line, which gives Zeke some options. We can see he's already picking off an Overlord. Whoop. That popping up again. Wait, there's no lair from Eon Zerg. Alright, so this is going to be all about larva and Ling harass. He is going to need to find a way to pull Zeke back because his Muta are going to be so slow. Zeke, assuming he sees this, I imagine the course of action is to go ahead and take his own natural, as there's really no way Eon can pressure. And actually he's trying to come in here right now and win it with Muta Ling. If he kills the Spore, the natural, he can take out the natural. And he's trying to camp the ramp here. This is actually, okay, I understand why Eon Zeke did this. And this is pretty smart foresight, as this Spore Colony does cover the ramp, although not perfectly. And he can still lose links to this like this, and Eon needs to be careful and think about this before he does it. Oh, but he has to go back, as some Ling from Zeke have sneaked into the main right now and are looking to do damage. And this is perfect use of what I'm talking about. You know, you say, all right, he got away with 9 pool, or 12 pool, 12 pool. He got away with 12 pool. He's in a great spot. But you're seeing Zeke use here his advantage of faster tech very nicely. And is doing lots of damage. He's picked off lots of Lings, which is kind of a waste of time. Eon hasn't been able to get a lair. He's now going to try to take down the pool, which he might do, and that would be incredibly disastrous for Eon. And I don't think he can save it, as the positioning here from this pool relative to the Spore is not good at all. The Muta, this is perfect, smart, tactical play. Somehow, it suddenly decides to be in range, though, and this pool is going to probably even die from the glaive bounce. He can just micro it down anytime he wants. He needs to be careful, though. He does lose 1 Muta. Is he going to finish off the pool? It is only at 64 health. There we go. Now he goes back in for 21 health, and the pool is gone. So that is a huge loss. That is 200 minerals. That is a lot to pay when you've got that sort of economy right now. And I hear, oh, it's just 1 Ling here of Zeke. And if we look back at Zeke's base, he's actually taking the opportunity to pop a few more drones. His economy, though, is still very low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drones mining on the minerals. And for Eon Zerg, we have actually the same, and none on gas. But he does have 2 here, so he's got 8 drones. Zeke actually has the better drone count right now. The only advantage now Eon has in this game is the larva advantage. I mean, he hasn't taken the second gas. If we look at the gas mined, it's only mined 200 or 300 gas, and Zeke's mined over 800. And now we got a big Ling counterattack trying to deny the base. The Mutas are coming here. This will not happen. Eon needs to back out. He can't deny this base with the Muta here. And this is a perfect example of someone fighting back from what many would say, her, der, ZVZ, build order, loss, game, whatever, but Zeke handling this just fine. And there we go, the spawning pool almost remade, and Eon Zerg is going to take this opportunity to try and drone up. He's actually produced a lot of drones too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, and we've got 4 and 8, so he's up to about 13, 14 drones now. Still has not put any back on gas. And here comes another Ling attack from Eon Zerg. Only 1 of Zeke's Mutas appear to be at home, though, so this could be a bit of a concern for this hatchery. He's going to need to come out with his own Lings, and Eon Zerg anticipates that and moves into position, but with the Muta support, this will get cleaned up pretty easy, and the hatchery is still fine. The overall net damage on the hatchery only about 300 HP. So it's still in fine shape, and it looks like Eon Zerg is also going to add a creep colony now, perhaps worried about the continued Ling Muta pressure from Ziki, as the lair is only just started. This could also be a second spore, and Ziki, knowing that there's still no lair, comes in to check on this with his Overlord. Spots a few Lings here, going to do a little damage, force them to change course. Cannot continue on their present route. And if we look here, Ziki is taking a second gas. His drone count is still a lot worse, though, than Eon Zerg at the moment. As Eon really has done a nice job droning up. But at the same time, well, actually, is Ziki taking this opportunity? No, Ziki is continuing to make Mutas and Lings. The Muta count's still not all that high from Ziki. He's lost one. I think he only has 3 or 4 in his little flock here and 1 at home. He's probably up to 4 or 5 total. But he is, again, doing a great job just controlling this lane here of the center and reducing the Ling counts of Eon Zerg. And these little Ling attacks is not really accomplishing a whole lot for Eon Zerg. It's mostly been throwaway Lings at pretty even or negative trade rates. So here we go. He again finds these Lings from Eon Zerg, who reacts very nice and quickly, though, noticing immediately what's going on. And now it looks like he might send a second group, hoping that Ziki's out of position. But Ziki has some Lings here. We can see Ziki is now adding a few drones on, feeling comfortable enough in his position that he's not going to be particularly threatened. He is chasing these Lings around, spending a lot of time. He doesn't know about these Lings. 6 Lings running in right now against just the 5 from Ziki. Or sorry, there are 6 from Ziki there. And Ziki with a better initial arc. He should take this fight. And yes, he will take it without too much trouble. Eon Zerg's going to try to run around with this one Ling and be really obnoxious. I don't think he'll really be able to do much with it. And actually he backs out. And now with a lot more Lings, definitely potential for a drone kill here with good control, as the Mutas need to fly back. The drones need to be pulled. They are immediately done. Eon Zerg first engages the 2 Lings there and goes back to attacking the hatchery. He's not going to be able to get the kill, but they are going to have to run away. And now the drone's coming back. Can he get one drone? No, he cannot. Actually, he does. He does get a drone. There's drone blood there, so he does manage to pick off one drone there. And this is going out. This drone is going out here. Maybe we're going to try to see a hidden hatchery from Eon Zerg. I can't imagine any other reason a drone would be wandering the map on its lonesome. I doubt anyone misrallies to the top left-hand corner of the map. And here comes another small poke from Eon Zerg, whose lair should be done. The Spire, we can see, though, is still not done. And that is becoming more and more of a problem. And by the time he gets the Spire production, Ziki's going to have so many more Mutas. He's also going to have the +1 armor out. And Eon Zerg is going to try to get back in by having a hidden hatch. That would have been hilarious if that was Ziki's Overlord. That would have just been a nightmare. And Ziki with nice Overlord positioning in the center, which can totally be there again, because there's no Spire yet. And now Ziki is also going to move to take the 3rd base. So that's going to basically, even if Ziki doesn't know that Eon did that, that's going to move to give Ziki an even bigger advantage, assuming that's what this is for. Yeah, and it is. So Ziki's going to go ahead and grab a 3rd base, deciding his Muta count is so vastly superior right now. He's actually getting 2 gas, and now Ziki's just ahead in every way. Let's take a brief look at the gas mine. 400 from here. Yeah, same gas mine here, way more in the main for Ziki. So Ziki building up here a massive lead. The drone count from both players is now quite decent. Possibly slightly better for Eon, but really it's pretty similar. And yeah, Ziki's ahead in all possible ways. The only thing Ziki doesn't have is a Spore Colony, but there's no Mutas out, so he doesn't need that, and he doesn't even have to worry about if he goes to counterattack and gets counterattack at the same time. You know, there's no worry of that sort of a situation happening. And Ziki with a nice little spread of the Scourge here, just see this one Ling. And alright, Eon Zerg has finally popped a few Muta, but it's not that many, and Ziki's going to be popping a ton of Muta of his own. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, Ziki just gets kind of a free 8 Muta advantage at this point. Scourge just kind of chilling for Ziki. One Scourge coming in to check what's going on. Does see the 2 spores there. And the problem with this base is going to be if Ziki goes over and scouts and finds it, he's just going to go kill it and then be at a huge, huge, huge advantage. Ling doing a little bit of running around here. He's going to spot this 3rd hatchery, but Ziki can hold it without any problem. It is not in any way a hidden base for him. It's not even concerned. The Ling knows the Muta is going to be coming immediately, darts back out. And oh, I think Ziki might have just found it. I wish I knew for sure where that Scourge had gone, if it had seen it. We got a little bit of a Scourge collision over here. But I'm surprised he's not checking. That's a pretty common spot, is to hide bases at those corner expansions. And here comes Eon Zerg with a little bit of an attack, but Ziki is in position right now, and Eon wants to make stuff happen here. Lots of Scourge of Ziki landing. In fact, Eon is not microing. He's just eating tons of Scourge, eating tons of Mutas hits from Eon or from Ziki. Horrible control there from Eon. I don't know what that was all about. Especially he has to know he's at a Muta disadvantage, and I don't know why he stuck around for that fight at all. You know, it's one thing if you're bringing a bunch of lings in it, trying to get the hatch with the lings at the same time, but this was not that situation. And we can see Eon is droning pretty hard at this third base, kind of discreetly droning at this while continuing to macro normally after that. But yeah, softening up a lot of his mutas, wasting, I think it was 3 or 4 that I heard dying in that battle. And is Zeke moving right now for +2 carapace? He's got 1-1. Zeke's got 1-1 on his mutas against 0-1, and he's going to be moving to 2-1. That is really, really going to reduce that glaive bounce. When you think about, you know, the 9-3-1, I think is what the cascade is, and now all of a sudden it's, you know, 9 or 7-1-1. That is huge difference when you add it up over the course of 20 or 30 muta. I mean, Zeke is going to have such an enormous advantage in these upcoming muta battles. It is just going to be almost impossible to deal with. And we can see Zeke is mining gas now, so he is on 3 gas. Eon beat him to 3 gas by a tiny bit, 300 here. Oh wait, I don't know. Okay, by 150 here. So he's got a little bit there, but Zeke's still a huge gas edge overall. Yeah. And we can see again 2 carapace is just gradually being worked on. We've got a sunken at the front, and Zeke up to full two control groups of muta. And really, Eon Zerg at some point here is going to have to make something happen. I mean, there's no way he's getting back in this game unless he goes either for a hive transition or something of the sort, because, I mean, Zeke just has better muta count and way better upgrades. There's not really anything Eon Zerg can do to get back into this game. And whoa, Eon Zerg splits out some mutas there, maybe looking to fool Zeke, but he's running right into Zeke's mutas. This is not what you want to do. Oh my god, lots of damage going down, lots of shots going down. He actually loses 2. But he does know now that Eon is making a move for his base. But Eon decides, no, I can't do this. I'm getting chased by holy mother of God Zeke mutas from all over the place. He's actually going to pick off one of them right now. And rejoining up with some Scourge. We're going to go over, and as we switch over to this base, we've got a muta cloud moving in here, though. He's got 2 drones, 3 drones, 4 drones. This is something Eon needed to make something happen, getting 4 or 5 drone kills. Oh, he actually gets 4. But now we move into the main, and the mutas from Zeke are just going to counter. An interesting decision here. Zeke thinks he's got enough to just win it straight up. Zeke pulls the drones, they run away, and here we go with the muta counter now. All the mutas from Zeke are going for it, trying to wreck Eon Zerg, but Zeke is going to have no economy. If this attack fails, Eon would probably be back in the lead, but obviously the main base instantly goes down, but so many drones are going to die from Eon as well. Yes, the few Scourge are going to land. It's hard to micro this many, but the Spire is going to go down. There's going to be no more mutas. Zeke had a massive muta count advantage. It's like going to be 8 muta here and some Overlords absorbing slash, but Zeke has tons of muta, has the upgrades, and actually it looks like the muta from Eon might... Oh no, Zeke's actually hatched a few more muta and has managed to chase him out. Zeke stabilizing back at home. The main of Eon Zerg is raised, and now Zeke, it looks like it's going to go for the natural, and he probably has enough to deliver the killing blow here. Spores are desperately being added, but Zeke moves in to target the spores being made. Eon Zerg returns, but it's not going to be enough. Zeke outnumbers him, I think, by too many. Well, with that many muta arriving, and the bounce damage, I just don't know. We're just going to have a big, massive muta battle here. And it looks like Zeke is coming out ahead, but there are lots of spore shooting, and finally, Zeke decides, no, he's not going to come out ahead in this. He has to leave, but at the same time, he has killed off a base. He has stabilized. He has droned up some behind this attack. But if we look at the drone count of Zeke, it is decently thinned out right now. I mean, he's got 8 here, and 1 there, and 1 over there, and it looks like he's sending some muta over here to this base, but it is spored up right now, but the spore is very low on health, and Zeke may go to take this out as well. That one goes down in a hurry, and Zeke also has, oh no, he's got a bunch of, let's say he also has muta defending that, but no, now he's just going to micro down some of the drones from Eon. Of course, Zeke is still on 3 bases too, although the drone count from Eon is definitely better. But if we look at the supplies, we look at the supply in his way ahead, and yeah, the Scourge all done, and all GG. And Zeke takes it 4 sats, 4-3. So thank you all for watching, and that is it for today's Clan War. SAS over iFU 4.